Hello and welcome to another set of turns of Domains 5. I am the False God. We are playing today as Pangea in our Disciples game, EA Pangea. We are on turn 29. Let's see what we're up against. We got some wolves going to get our blood hunting underway. We've got a bunch of battles and seductions, so let's go ahead and take a look at all this. I think this has to be a magic phase attack of birds against... a cap-only mage and a sorcerer. Should be kind of a big loss. Yeah, these are some successful birds. Tribal King, too, is another commander. That is the right way to use birds, and a good demonstration of why you can't run single commanders or pairs of commanders out without any kind of backup. Even 5 bodyguards each might have been good enough to prevent that fate, because the birds do suck. But not what happened here. So we've got a whole bunch of assassinations that we're trying for. Horde of Skeletons versus Swarm in the dark. I don't know that I don't know that bugs see in the darkness very well. They do not, whereas the skeletons do, but some bugs fly. And they are going to make it onto the back line here. We do 2 swarm castings. He just got hit. From a fatigue perspective, he's at 77. He is twice born. He does have a dwarven hammer and a body armor. We are at 144 fatigue, so we're not waking up anytime real soon. If these bugs don't get the job done. Go ahead and fast forward a bit. He is poisoned. He's down to 4, and he's routed, and there he goes. And that should cause all the skeletons to pop. And we'll take that one. So he is dead. We just got a little human assassin, the adventurer, against a mage. He is not going to be successful. But we didn't really need him on the payroll either. And we have access to much better assassins. It's not like really wasting something we don't have a lot of access to. This guy is non-magical. So he's going to probably jump in and immediately hit bugs. Yeah, he's not going to win. Shame we had to use the second gem. But so be it. And then similar, we got us against a smaller mage with a Skull Mentor. And we're on the back. And there he goes. We picked up a Dwarven Hammer and a Skull Mentor from those fights. We also successfully seduced 3 guys. The Akin Khan X, which would be a bunch of cross paths that we do not have access to, and a Scorpion Tamer. We have another fight. We failed to seduce another dude with a Skull Mentor. I like our odds here as well. Yep. So we killed 1, 2, 3, 4 mages, took 2 mages, and then took a regular commander. So that's pretty darn good as far as assassination goes. We've got some raiding here. We're going to obviously beat the barbs, no losses. Here, we're attacking Sorrow. Nothing there. No losses. We've got a Ubar attacking Sorrow with I would say a thug, but I guess this guy's sort of a light thug, at least. He could probably take out PD, even with no gear. Iron Skin, Mirror Image. Probably depends on how long his Mirror Image stays up. Flying Shield. He's doing a full buff script. Jumping in. He's already at 72 fatigue. But he's chopping. They don't appear to be getting anywhere particularly close to hitting him. 87, though. He could fatigue out here. But he gets the route at 96 fatigue. Not on all of them. There goes the last commander. That's close. I mean, I wouldn't have taken that much more, I think, for him not to be victorious there. But, you know, thugging is about getting the most value out of the least cost. So very effective from that perspective. We got our first Aussies. I know these are going to be pretty darn effective when they're blessed. 3, 22, and 24 damage attacks at 17 attack. Low defense protection, but they have a lot of hit points. I mean, these are obviously just going to murder anything they go up against. We've got, this is, I believe, PD, and this is probably a stolen Nicklin Priest with their repping their unholy weapons. Murder Kitties, I think, are going to murder Kitty here. Oh, they're on the back. Yes. They are murder kittying quite hard. Although it looks like he may have lost one. He did lose one. So that's not nothing. A group of Sarmatian raiders attack into a kind of a lot of PD. Or wait, no. Who's attacking who here? These are just raiders that say they're Sarmatian. And this is the province defense. But it also looks Sarmatian. We'll check the log here at the end. I honestly can't remember who we're rooting for here. I think the defenders? Okay, the defenders win. Okay. I mean, we're not rooting for the defenders. The chieftain and his raiders are Merc Squad. Okay. It's funny. Some more battles. Ensorcelled Swamp. We're raiding with one of our smaller centaur parties, but there's nobody here. Here we're attacking. Nobody home. We're attacking again. Nobody home. We get attacked in Golm. Whole big army. And here's the tragedy. Both of our stolen Akanieks get dumped in this province. We have no access to fire. We do have good earth, but we don't have an earth fire cross path. We have no access to death, and we certainly don't have any death cross paths. And then the same here. This guy's got blood death. He could break us into vampires with help from our teammates with a staff, head piece, whatever the hell it's called, and a ring. But instead, that is not going to happen, and they're going to get absolutely murked. And they don't manage to get away, although they're doing a shocking amount of good work, given that it was just the two of them. But unfortunately, they do fall. They killed 27 Zabalban warriors die, killing 2 of their own mages, a Minotaur, and a Pale One. So this was really unfortunate. I was really excited to get these mages and have these cross paths and yada, yada, yada. And then I was like, oh, never mind. They're just immediately dead. And then we go and attack Zabalba again with a whole big giant host. And they've got nobody here. And Satis attacks Sorrow. In a fortress. Okay. There's nothing really inside. So, okay, less exciting. But huge wave of long dead. Bunch of these are also long dead. Hold on, I can't click them very effectively. Heavy infantry. He's got so many archers. So many archers. But they are gonna trickle through here. There's a decent number of mages though. I see an Inari. I see 4 soothsayers. Those are the warrior priestesses or whatever they're called. Warrior sorceresses. Close. So he's going to go ahead and take this one. Killing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 mages, plus some other stuff. And he lost 50 long dead. 50 long dead. So quite nice overall. Let's go ahead and look again. We can see what exactly everybody's casting. He's got a devil. Seeing raised skeletons. I see lots of astral buffs going up on the other side. Looks like we're basically just raising skeletons, which are sort of getting trapped behind our own lines here. So that's a little unfortunate. They will help perhaps pick up some of these imps. Now it's doing Horde of Skeletons, but unfortunately, yeah, the way we're scripted here, we've just trapped all of our long dead. So our paid for long dead are charging in and dying, whereas our free long dead are sort of stuck in the back here. You know, it could potentially, depending on what you're up against, obviously, but it can be effective if you can put your casters of like Horde of Skeletons right at the front, just in front of the troops that are going to run out. And then they can start getting the long dead sort of flowing forwards, and then the rest of your troops trickle past, and then the long dead then are part of the rest of the trickle. It just gets more chances for people to hit your free guys than the people you paid for. But great win. That's the first fort taken, maybe, in this conflict. We get a nice treasure of 400 gold. And Xibalba's been breached again. So, we're sending messages. We're sending Frostbrands to Ubar and a Lion Pelt to Ubar. We're trying to use that teamwork to help get some thug kits over to him so he can raid with them. So yeah, here's the nice win for Satis. There's 100 units, though, ready to, Oryapada, ready to take Satis's fortification in return. We can see the Vampire Queen is still here. She's built a fortress. We're going to try and keep raiding into the various lands of Zib. Zib has 3 fortresses we need to contend with. And there's this large Sarmatian, well, there's a Sarmatian army. It is definitely not large enough to fight us. So the question, so we've taken a lot of Zib stuff, but we haven't had any big fight. So the question is, where does Zib want to have this big fight? And what are they waiting for before they have it? And can they win? So they can't blood hunt anymore very easily. They're packed into their forts. It's gonna be hard for them to be producing a significant amount of new blood income for Aussies. So I don't think we're gonna see anything new from an Ocelotl perspective, like just to make enough of them to matter at this point in the war. It's much too late. So they're gonna have to make do with bats, because I don't think we see any Aussies anywhere. But they're bat, so they're gonna have to make do with their mages basically, and then all their bats. The bats are really gonna bounce off the centaur. They're almost a liability. They're gonna have to be really careful because they're gonna easily HP route themselves if they send too many bats. If their morale gets broken, they all fly off, then the mages fly off, you lose the fight. So they have to bring the right number of bats, and then maybe they can put up enough skeletons to beat through our force. I kind of doubt it, but it's probably their best play. We have a lot of dudes here. We got I guess it won't tell us because it's Xibalba. I guess we can look at the battle report. This is on Zib. Yeah, we have 180 centaur. Hold on. Some of those are okay, 7. We have 170 centaur. That's gonna be really hard for Xibalba to deal with. At this stage in the game. Maybe if they have Conjuration and they had some more of those fire guys, big fire elementals, could be really helpful. Trying to think of what else they could sort of reasonably have. We know they have Enchantment 5. So if we assume their research is sort of similar to ours, they can have, another 5 or something. I don't think Construction's saving them. I don't think they could possibly send out enough evocations to matter. In Alteration, I think there's probably not a lot for them there. Maybe if you could build an Anarchy thug, like super combatant, maybe with the right gear and like invulnerability, you could get lucky and not run into the white centaur, because I think the Anarchy are sacred. I guess that may not be true. Let's actually check that. Zib. Yeah, okay, they are sacred. So we're going to have our white centaur going to be able to deal a lot of damage to them if they do get in melee. But I'm not sure, exactly which options they have at this point. There, we saw some counter raiding earlier, but we haven't really seen any for a little while, right? They attacked us in one province and tragically killed our our 2 stolen mages, but we haven't really seen them flying out. I'd be expecting potentially more small raids on the back line and making this hard for us. If we look at the score graphs, we're just pretty much going up here. But still haven't caught up to Ubar, but we're definitely winning the raiding war. They need to put all their forces together. They need to test it. They need to attack us now. I think I'm waiting around for us to take their capital is too late. Depending on what's in their capital too, you could try and like gem bait us with some of these outside forces, force a fight outside the walls, or like multiple fights. I don't know, but they got to do something. Otherwise, they're just gonna be dead. So that's tough for them. But we successfully take a lot of territory. We have a lot of territory we're not getting income from, which is unfortunate. Okay, I guess it's 3 territories, but still. And our plan from here is we're going to storm Zib. We're going to keep doing raiding pressure everywhere that they've sort of got stuff. These guys are going to sneak out. The number one way, I didn't mention this, but the number one thing that Zib needs to do, right, is they need to fight us here or here in one of these caves. That's going to help. We don't have dark vision, so that would help them quite a lot to even the odds. I don't really think it's enough, but I think it would help. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try and take Xibalba's cap here, and really try and put the screws to him, because like this land should fall really fast, and we're just going to have to march here. We do have to be careful. The geography is kind of annoying here, right? Like if we march just straight this way, we're in another cave where they could try and fight us again. So, and then this river blocks this movement. So we would have to go like down and around potentially. But on the other hand, if they're not fighting us now, when are they ever going to fight us? So we're trying to put them out of our misery. Over here, is this where he did the birds? No, okay. I was like, why would he do that? Over here, right on this front, we took this fort, but for the most part, there's not a lot of immediate movement, right? They took a fort, and Saro's big army is sitting here on their fort, so both armies staring at each other a little bit this turn. We've got Ubar is pushing up, sieging. Mictlan managed to break out, so I don't know that we're going to go through every one of Ubar's assassinations, but they are assassinating at an even greater clip than we are, and seducing and whatnot. Here, this guy gets caught out. His lesser fire elemental is not going to be sufficient against what's coming out here. Yeah. Oops, I don't want to watch it again. So the overall theme, though, right? You can see Ubar has pushed in. They're sitting. They did their deep raid with the birds. Hit here. Mictlan has 2 forts left that aren't under siege. So Ubar is making their way through them kind of nicely. So that's all pretty nice. On the home front, we're getting blood hunting going. We're moving out. I think this guy's moving. Yeah, we're moving out some troops to start blood hunting here. We're doing Call of the Wild so we can get wolf factories as our plan to do a lot of blood hunting and patrolling. So we're starting to get that moving as well on the home front. Conjuration 4 and 5. We're headed up for. I don't know in retrospect if I love this, right? We're not casting fire elementals. We're not casting air elementals. We're not casting water elementals anytime soon that we would need to cast. Earth elementals are okay, and we would be able to cast them, but I think we're probably going to be better served using Legions of Steel and Strength of Giants with our Earth casters. And we don't have such high Earth that we're going to be like pumping out those spells. We're going to do, our one, maybe probably 2 or 3 of them each, and we're going to be pretty fatigued out. Oh, I take it back. I'm so silly. Howl. We're going for Howl. Howl's a great spell. Never mind me. I approve of what I did. I forgot. I just hadn't gotten all the way down. I love Howl. We're going to go get Howl. And then we're going to go get Alt 6 to help our assassinations. Yeah, that was silly. Howl is where it's at. Oops. Where are we at? So yeah, we're doing pretty well in this war down here. Pretty well. And we have a nap over here, so I'm not too worried. They're also fighting back and forth, I think, with them. So we've got, what are we at? We're 20. We're already at 20 minutes. All right, we may call this a single turn episode because I think next turn has a lot of conflict too. Each one of these turns, right, obviously takes a little bit longer because we're sort of reviewing 3 players worth of action, and to at least some extent. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and call this episode then just the one turn, but we'll be back for just means we get to do more episodes. We'll be back for turn 30 coming up soon. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.